Vikings
so
time.
let's move on to the Vikings. Speaking of sheet metal cocks, we got fucking Justin
Kirk
Jefferson
Cousins.
here. Fucking yeah. So
Fucking love them.
Oh, and they got a new wide receiver one is today. As of today, they have got a new wide receiver one, Jalen Reagor, who, I mean, they're lucky they missed out on him a couple years ago because the Eagles drafted him, so they had to settle for Justin Jefferson. So they draft Justin Jefferson, and through the grace of God, the Minnesota Vikings get their guy. So
we can finally see him get shown up by Justin Jefferson.
We can finally see him show up. Justin Jefferson is what I think you meant. So this is going to be interesting. Dynamic. You got Dalvin Cook. You got two bona fide first-round pick receivers. And then you got KJ Osborne.
Who's fine? Who's serviceable? I'd love to have KJ on the Browns. I'd love to have Jalen Reagor on the Browns.
KJ Osborne had more receiving touchdowns last year than Brandon Cooks.
Amon
St. Brown.
Yep.
I thought so. KJ seven touchdowns.
KJ Osborne was that guy last year that like every time they scored, you were like, "Why the fuck is this guy scoring?" It's like Olabisi Johnson a few years ago when Stephon Diggs was still there. Andrew and I had fucking Stephon Diggs in Yahoo. And Olabisi Johnson would score it was the year when Stephon Diggs was finally like, bro, get me the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like you guys aren't using me correctly. Get me the fuck out. And
because nobody finds wide receivers like us.
Yeah. So Olabisi goddamn Johnson.
For those of you who don't know, my entire happiness in fantasy football rides on the Minnesota Vikings. In our dynasty league, I have Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and KJ Osborne. I have as long as Dalvin Cook doesn't touch the ball on the play, I'm getting points if they fucking score for the most part. And I like, so say what you will about this team. You can say, hey, that's a bad team to have a whole lot of stock into, but maybe not. This year they got they have a new offensive coordinator who was the offensive coordinator for the Rams last year.
Pass heavy, baby.
Which led to Cooper Kupp's historic season. He won Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown last year.
Damn right.
Could Kirk Cousins be getting a similar boost that Matt Stafford did? I mean, I know Matt Stafford had a completely new situation and new talent, so maybe his numbers from previous were skewed, but he certainly had a way better season statistically than he ever had. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility to think that maybe Kirk Cousins has a somewhat of a bump in his especially if Justin Jefferson is as involved in the offense as I'm hearing that he's going to be.
And they've been white. I was telling Andrew about this. They've been lining Dalvin Cook up at wide receiver too, because like this is like they really want, like you said, this is just a pass first offense now. And like obviously Dalvin Cook is going to be the running back and do his running back normal thing, but I think you're going to see a lot more of him splitting out. I think you're going to see him catching the ball more.
Greatest show on turf shit.
Dude, this could be a fun off. I mean, if Kirk Cousins again,
Ricky Prohl's kid.
Yeah, Blake
Prohl.
Oh
shit!
Oh yeah, good
he's
call.
got a big old red O next to him.
I thought he got cut until I looked at this. That's cool that they still held on to a little.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have to cut him. He's just like on fucking. He's got a big red O next to him. They're stashing him or something.
There are some problems, and that starts with the offensive line.
What do we got ranking there, bud?
Name me someone.
Drum roll. 25th, one spot above the Bears.
Well, now we know why they're really going past first.
Yeah, 100% because you're going to have to. This is big fall from last year.
Hey, Dalvin, didn't they still had a who'd they lose? It's not how they were in a bad offensive line last year.
Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps
Dalvin Cook had a big dick Leary last year.
Cousins has one of
they
the
went
fastest
from
releases in the league.
Yeah, they went from 17 to 25. In one year.
So they definitely.
It wasn't as big as Pittsburgh's. Pittsburgh's was definitely bigger.
Okay,
but,
they fucked up a little bit.
Well, I told you guys that Pittsburgh had like the
too?
longest drop in like 10 years or something. The guy had
Pittsburgh,
yeah.
Oh baby, say it again. Like, say it again. Say it slow.
Longest in like 10 years drop in the rankings of offensive line from year to year.
Hey, I'm waiting. Close my eyes. Who?
Pittsburgh
Steelers. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
All right,
Ezra Cleveland is ancient.
Ezra Cleveland is ancient. Crossed.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Jesus Christ, my toes.
Brian
are
O'Neill
curled.
can't block
I'm still
anything.
trying to like unpeel my feet off the ground right now.
Yeah, poor baby hands.
And Shanda come in here and pull carpet out from between my toes.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's Irv Smith's gonna play this year, right?
So
And
yeah,
he was
Irv
so
Smith better
hyped
play.
last year.
He has
He
been
was
the
like the
breakout
sleeper.
candidate for like 2 years now. So
Yeah,
and he's
dude.
not and he never got on the field once.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like he can't get there. And then the injury from last year isn't even what's holding him back now. He's got a new injury, the thumb injury.
That's right.
That is, so this isn't even the injury that kept him out last year. He is fully recovered from the injury that kept him out last year. He jabbed his fucking thumb, and now we have got a new injury, and that is what the last couple weeks has been. So now, but he's been practicing. He's on track to play. But
Okay.
it's one of those things where as long as he's got the cue, he's one of those guys that you're not going to believe he's playing until he is on the field.
Right.
I think by and large, projecting tight ends is like either like easiest / hardest thing in the world to do, because it's like any guy who there's only 5 good tight ends in the NFL. So if you say like Irv Smith is going to do so much better or like whatever, if he ends up anywhere between tight end 6 and tight end 12, the difference is like 10 points. Like it's literally it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Like
if you're outside the top 5 at tight end, it's
if he's truly a difference maker, which I don't know in this offense, there's just too many mouths to feed for him to become like a guy. I think he's
6'2".
Yeah, I just don't see it, but I hope the best for him. I think he could. I mean, I say that, but then remember how Mason Rudolph was in the red zone. So, the red zone
Gross.
reindeer. Do you remember Mason? Or no, sorry, not Mason Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph. Kyle the red zone.
Yeah,
reindeer.
we don't talk about that racist on here unless we have to.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's go to the defense. I don't honestly know too much about their defense. I know Zadarius Smith, obviously Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
And
Gordon
Harrison Smith.
Harrison
Now that I'm
Smith.
looking at it, I know a lot more. Eric Kendricks. Yeah, I actually know every fucking starter on
So
this
this
team.
was-
That's Cameron
this was
Chancellor.
one of the teams I think that underperformed last year as far as defense goes. You look at this roster, there's a lot of, like you just said, familiar names, people Danielle Hunter's there. I mean, this
Maybe a couple
on
years
paper is a
later
good
than we
line.
Usually do.
Yeah.
Nick, did you know that their
gotta step it
second
up.
string nose tackle's middle name is Big?
Dude, no.
So that would make what would that make his name, Jack?
That'd make it Ross Big Blacklock.
God. Oh, well, there we go. Episode 15. Now we're canceled. Not bad, boys.
Dude, so does he shoot to the top? I mean,
Yeah, how's he not starting?
I guess if his real middle name big.
It's like Ben or like Benjamin or something.
There's nothing offensive by having a middle name be Big. There's
Dude.
no.
That's so good. That is so good.
He can be added to the name. He's like a third string all pro, whatever. Third team all pro name team. But
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, on paper this defense is stacked, but they just haven't put it together. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
You just don't- we just-
Peterson, Harrison
you
Smith,
just don't know?
They would have been studs 5 years ago.
I'm telling you. Like I
How
said,
old
the
is
other day,
Harrison
this
Smith?
It's a case for Scoob and the gang,
But really, it is though. I mean,
Harrison
they
Smith
were.
is not like super old, but he's had a sharp decline in productivity.
he's
Since
been in the
his,
league. He's been in the league, it seems like, or at least he was good a while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's 33,
Yeah.
getting ready to turn 34. He's kind of
He
old.
goes, he was
honestly.
around a bit. Yeah.
That's pretty old for a safety.
Yeah. I don't know if they get some good defensive play this year, like return to the top 12 defense, like where I thought they were last year. I think they're gonna be a pretty good team. Yeah. If
and
not-
honestly, and to be completely honest, we said earlier that Aaron Rodgers is going to win this division. Like this is a team that this is the time to take over. Like
Yes.
you've got
Yep.
this is it. So I mean, this could be it. They
have a new
the
coach
talent.
too. They have a new coach, Mike Zimmer. I think if I had to name a coach in the NFL who I thought, like, personally I disagreed with the most and like who made the most dumbass decisions, I think it would probably be Mike Zimmer. So he's gone. He's gone now, and
He's a
new
big
coaching
I
staff
don't
is
know, Matt
fucking
Nagy, dude.
Yeah,
was-
well, Matt Nagy was like that's kind of like the unit. That's kind of like it's like it's everyone. It's Matt Nagy and then everyone else. Like
And
we don't
then
really need to
yeah.
talk.
I'm with you, Jack. Patricia definitely, or Patricia.
Well, Patricia does
Zimmer
not.
did
Yeah,
some
I
things.
guess that's another one.
Yeah, that's
We
another
can slide
one.
him up there too.
Yeah.
But we don't even want to call Matt Patricia head coach because he's just a fuckhead.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Zimmer did some
Mike
bad
Zimmer,
things.
I think he was holding them back quite a bit. And well, that's I mean, you could see when you hear Justin Jefferson and all these players talk about the new offense and all the way things are going.
They're
there,
so
like,
happy.
They're so
They're so
fucking
happy.
And like I think that like I said, I now that I'm like the Aaron Rodgers thing, I just kind of threw that out there at the beginning, but I really do think that this team has the talent to this is probably the most talented team in the division. I mean,
On
it
paper,
is.
I agree.
On paper, it is. But then you just there's the Aaron Rodgers effect, and you just never know.
If Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of this team would be an
Jesus
NFC,
Christ.
NFC contender.
Could you imagine if he had? I mean, I guess he has Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. I mean, that's a set, but like Dalvin Cook and like these receivers, good
the
Lord.
wide receiver core, yeah, it's not even comparable.
But yeah, so let's take a look at the schedule. I guess we don't need Greg Joseph's the kicker.
Greg leg, baby.
They've already got fucking future Hall of Famer Jalen Reagor plugged in at punt returner.
Wow.
Dude, why would they waste any time? They've been they've been waiting on him for years. They've had to watch Justin Jefferson have a subpar career to this point. They've had to watch Jalen Reagor just haul ass in
They just had to look at Jalen Reagor and think what could have been.
They're thinking, why is he hasn't dropped a pass in 3 years? Anyway, so to this guy, we can't talk about really what happened with Jalen Reagor, or I'll cry live on air.
We don't want that
because he's an Eagles fan, and I actually, since we're gonna be on the subject, I screenshot today because we always talk about who the Eagles, how they just fucked me raw all these years. So the wide receivers that the Eagles passed on for Jalen Reagor in entirety is Justin Jefferson, which we knew. This is where it gets really fucked up. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr., Chase Claypool, Brandon Ayuk, Gabriel Davis, Darnell Mooney. So anyway, let's move on. So we go to week 1. They got Green Bay week 1. This is it. They come out. This could be very telling. Now, if Green Bay comes out and Aaron Rodgers lights them the fuck up, everybody's going to go, okay, maybe not. But if they come out and they put this new high flying offense into effect, and it is Green Bay is not some world beater on defense. So if they go out there and this can just, this is the time, go out there and blow fucking Green Bay's ass out. I mean, this could be it.
Afternoon game. That should be prime time.
Yeah,
well, at least we got the 3. Yeah, I should be prime time. At least it's a 3:25 or 4:25 game. So at least it's going to be. It'll probably be the big Fox game.
Some fucking Cowboys game is going to.
At least it's not like 1 o'clock. They didn't tuck it away at 1 o'clock.
Right.
By the way, honestly, I think they probably split with Green Bay this year. Win 1, lose 1.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it's just full schedule. I was like, holy shit.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm still working my way through.
Look at that, dude. Look at week 2, baby. Fucking let's go.
Prime time.
Monday Night Football at Philly. AJ Brown, Justin like that, dude. There are so many playmakers on the field in that game. It is just ridiculous. That's a good game. So I guess we're going to be doing win-losses
here. That's
a
pretty nice schedule, honestly.
Yeah, this is really hard for me to find a lot of wins. I'm coming up with a really big number right now.
Yeah.
A lot of wins or a lot of losses?
A lot of wins, too many wins. I'm right now, if I'm being honest, I counted out 13 wins for him.
Yeah, I'm going to say 12-5, 11-6. I mean, it's
obviously
definitely
obviously the games that are going to probably be the hardest for him this year. Got to be at Buffalo is going to be a hard one. I think Dallas, for
I got 10 or 11.
I think might be.
I think you can struggle with it with Arizona.
I think Arizona is another one for me too. But I mean, honestly, other than that, what do you guys say?
So I think they're going to be. So I think they beat Detroit. I think they can beat Detroit both times. So I think they beat Detroit, Chicago, Miami, Washington. I think they beat New England, New York, Detroit, New York, and Chicago.
You don't think they can beat the Colts?
I think they can, but I think the Colts can beat them too.
Yeah,
I think the Colts are way better. I think the Colts are way better defensively, and I think the Colts have Jonathan Taylor is better than Dalvin Cook in my opinion at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I just
Ryan's
think that,
better than Carson Wentz.
Matt Ryan's probably better than Kirk Cousins. If you're being, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, they're close. That's very close.
Yeah.
Dude, you put Matt Ryan on an offense that Matt Ryan hasn't been in a competent offense in 2-3 years. Like I think
he went to the Super Bowl.
I mean,
So
yeah,
that's why I'm with you. I think that Indianapolis game could go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 11-6 after a year of going 8-9, that's a win
For sure. I mean, if they win, I'm not saying 11 games could happen for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't. I would say 10 games. I think they beat Detroit both times. Like I said, Indy. I think they lose to Dallas. I think Dallas is that's another that's another game that I think they can win though too. I think they could beat Dallas, but I think Dallas is one of those. They're going to get into some shootouts this year that I don't know if they can come back from. Like I don't think that they've got
I hate
the
to shit on
offense
Dallas at home, but like I think because they're playing in Dallas, it's totally winnable for the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean it's winnable for sure, absolutely, and they definitely could win that game. But I think that if Dak comes out, CeeDee's on, if they're fully healthy and they got Zeke, and we don't know what Dallas is going to look like by week 11. Dallas is also the last couple of years in the regular season has been fucking disgusting, and then they just can't.
At first.
Like, well, you don't have Tyron Smith anymore, so that's a big blow.
Or Marcus Ray, is it Randall Gregory?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, 10-11 wins. I think that they very well could win this division. So 100%. I hope they win this division. I like them more than I like Green Bay. So should we move on? Jack, you look like
you got something to say.
No, I think I agree with the sentiment. I think the Vikings have a real chance of winning this division this year. I think, it's to be shown what Green Bay can do without Devontae. So
what did you have on the record for Minnesota, Jeff?
I said 13 wins. Honestly, wow.
Okay.
Cool. It wasn't obviously they're not going to win every game that they should win, and that's what I had under how many games they should win if they. That's how many games I think they're better than their opponent, but like definitively. But
13, that's spicy. I like that.
I could see it being like closer to what you guys said, like 11 or 12. But I think if they can execute, then I see 13.